Calling all cheese lovers. Cheese Poet Erin Harris is in the Cityline kitchen with the scoop on raclette because it's a lot more than just the name of a cheese. So joining her is Pei, who's jumping in as sous chef for me in studio. Thank you, Pei. What a hard job, but someone has to do it. So Erin, for those who don't know, what is raclette?
Yeah, raclette is an awesome melty cheese dish originating in Switzerland, and the name raclette comes from the French word racler, which basically means to scrape.
Okay, and it's scraping like the best stuff ever. So Pei, have you ever tried raclette?
I have only once, which is shocking because of how much I love cheese. So it makes perfect sense that I'm here and I need to catch up clearly on how much raclette I've had.
Well, you can do that while you maybe act as sous chef and do some cutting and chopping for Erin since I'm not there. I know you got some veggies, some fruit, and some baguette. Maybe you can get started on that while Erin walks us through the process.
Yeah, so it's a semi-firm washed rind cheese. You know, if you were trying to identify it in a store, you would look for that orange-colored rind, a little bit of that semi-firm texture. And yeah, it's a really great melting cheese. We've got a beautiful cheese here called Tête à Papineau from Fromagerie Montebello in Quebec. Really great melting cheese, a little bit funky, earthy smelling, kind of that nutty cheese profile as well. And then today we've also got 1608 from Laiterie Charlevoix, which is another semi-firm washed rind style of cheese and just melts beautifully, really creamy. Yeah, great Quebec cheeses here. If you want cheese from France, you could go to your local cheesemonger and ask for raclette, and they'll be able to direct you to something similar.
Yeah, they'll know what's up for sure. So we know that it's sort of about having this beautiful spread, not unlike fondue. Besides the cheese, what have you got there for your raclette, Erin?
Yeah, so raclette is always served with potatoes, are kind of, you know, the mainstay, similar to fondue. And then there's a beautiful selection of grilled vegetables here as well. Lots of, you know, fresh flavors, bright colors, some nice broccoli. We've also got a selection of cured and smoked meats here. So some really nice smoked sausages can be great. A selection of ham and salami as well. And then you want to serve your raclette with a variety of pickles, condiments like some grainy mustard, maybe something sweet like some apple slices would be great, which is Pei is chopping up for me here. And of course, some baguette.
Of course, the baguette.
I've already got started. I'm building a plate as though it's for myself and Tracy, but really it's just for me. What kind of drink would pair well with raclette? 'Cause it's so rich.
Yeah, it is so rich. So you need something that's going to kind of cut through all that richness with some acidity. So a really nice glass of Riesling, you know, that sweetness is going to go opposite of all the salty, smoky, cheesy flavors we've got going on here. You know, you can't go wrong with a crisp glass of beer as well, especially if you're doing après-ski.
Ooh, they all sound good. Yeah, absolutely. I see you've got a couple of different methods for melting the cheese today. Like, you're such a pro. You've actually brought in the proper raclette like machine that you would do for a full group of people. So walk us through the process of melting the raclette.
That's right. So this is a machine that you could have at home, sometimes used in more professional settings as well, where you're serving a crowd. But certainly people do buy a half wheel of cheese and set it up at home for a nice party. So this goes directly under the heating element and kind of bubbles and gets all browned and oozy. And then, you know, you just slide it out here and you get your plate ready. So you put your plate right there. And the cheese is ready to melt. Make sure we don't lose the wheel of cheese here.
That's a tanning bed for cheese.
It gets nice and browned and oozy here. And then, you know, like that word to scrape, you just get the cheese oozing all over the plate, just like that. And you just scrape it right off the wheel onto the plate. And that's raclette right there.
It is a beautiful thing. So we tried it. I tried it for the first time in Switzerland, probably in the early 2000s. And I was like, this is what you guys do? I would have this for dinner every day. But we didn't have the big wheel. We had the singular little raclette grills. And I think you might have some examples of that as well in studio, because it doesn't have to be sort of the big machine if you're doing it just at home with your family, right?
That's right. So we've got a little tray here that you can get. You just put a slice of cheese right in there. So this is where we've got the 1608 today. And Pei is going to show us how that works.
Oh my gosh, this is my big moment. All right, here we go. So I built this plate, Tracy, for the two of us. But I'm sorry you're not here, so I'm just going to coat this cheese. I'm going to put this cheese blanket
Look at that.
on top. Oh, wow.
Oh,
Everything
yes,
is
girl.
better with
cheese.
cheese. Look at this little blanket of gooey goodness right here.
It's great for a small family situation. When we do it at a restaurant and you've got the big wheel of cheese, we have graduated Sydney to being the scraper, and it's a big job. Like, that thing is right beside you for the whole night, and you're responsible for scraping the cheese when it's ready to be scraped. It's a big job, but someone's got to do it. Listen, it looks amazing. Both of you, thanks so much. Thank you, Pei. Eat some for me. And come back again soon, Erin. We love that you always bring the best cheese with you when you come visit.